Okay, so today we have Black Eyed Susan from Morrissey. There are a couple different versions of this. I went with the longer version, which apparently has a longer intro to it. And yeah, another one here from, I guess, a song that was kind of buried for a while and was, finally saw the light of day. So it seems like Morrissey has a lot of those songs. But anyway, and they always seem to be pretty freaking good. So anyway, we're going to get into this one today. Black Eyed Susan, captivating title. Who the hell's Susan? Let's find out and talk about it after. Oh, Woody Taylor here, I think. Woody Taylor.
Black-eyed Susan, you make us nervous because we're very aware that you do not care. Oh, Black-eyed Susan, what don't you believe in? No is always easier than yes. Black-eyed Susan, you must insist you are a born-again atheist or heavy rings on bitten fingers. Black-eyed Susan sometimes shakes to break. So watch it.
Spooky all of a sudden. I didn't expect this.
Black-eyed Susan, rest and do nothing, 'cause it's the only thing that you do quite well. Black-eyed Susan, rest and do nothing, 'cause it's the only thing that you do quite well. Black-eyed Susan, rest and do nothing, 'cause it's the only thing that you do quite well. Black-eyed Susan, please remember, we were the first, we were the first.
Holy shit. Excuse my language. Okay, so Black Eyed Susan from Morrissey here. I don't know if there's been a captivating song for... I don't know if there's been a more captivating song for me that I've listened to from Morrissey in a minute here. From the breakdown, that was unexpected. I mean, again, I don't know what to expect going into a song, any song, but didn't expect that breakdown. with how the song, started off, and all of a sudden about a minute 10 in, we have a, kind of like a psychedelic, spooky breakdown, something that reminds me of something, old Jim Morrison and the Doors would be doing in the 60s, or even, kind of psychedelic of, the Beatles or something. That comes to mind. But yeah, I didn't expect that to happen. But I liked it. It was like a 2-minute, a little breakdown, and then all of a sudden we kick it back in, and it was just like, I was just like, what the hell was that? Did that just happen? But it was, like I said, very spooky, very fun though. I really enjoyed that part, I have to say, just to talk about it right at the top. And like I said, with how the song starts off, there's a lot of, I guess you would say like cymbals and, crashing and stuff, which I would guess would be Woody Taylor there on the drums here. And on, so right away, I like the I like the longer intro here. And, we kick it in. And again, like I said, there are a couple breakdowns, in that way where it's just like, obviously instrumentation, I guess you would say. And then Morrissey comes in and it's just like, oh, here we go. And it's not as spooky anymore. And how he's talking about, obviously, actually, I wanted to say one other thing here. When the guitar and bass kicked in here, I think, actually, let me see the personnel here. Of course, musicians on the recording, Boz and Alan both on guitars, Johnny Birchwood on bass, Woody Taylor drums, and obviously Morrissey on vocals. Who would have guessed Morrissey on vocals? But anyway, so yeah, Boz and Alan and I already forgot who the hell was on bass. My God, Johnny on bass. It reminded me, honestly, and I don't know why it came to mind. This song didn't even have a harmonica in it or anything, but the song that came to mind was "Ask" from the Smiths. That, right off the bat, I was like, why am I getting Ask vibes? I don't know why. I don't know if that's, I don't know, that's just what came to my head. I was just like, does this even sound like it? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, but I wasn't even thinking about Ask, or I didn't even listen to Ask, so I don't know why it came to my head. But it did, and I just, I thought, why the hell am I thinking of Ask from the Smiths here? But anyway, that's what also came to my head, big fat head, and I figured, why not say it as well? So yeah, because that's why I made a face, I think, whatever, when this kicked in, I was like, why does that sound familiar to me in some way? And it was just like, oh, it's Ask or something. But again, I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I also wanted to point that out. So yeah, when I'm searching up here on, some pages, the lyrics and everything for the song, I see, people talking about who is Susan, of course, who is Black-Eyed Susan? And I see people talk about, is it Susie Sue of, Susie and the Banshees? Is it Susan from the Buckinghams? I also see people say, and honestly, when I'm just thinking about whether it's about Susie Sue or not, when they're saying, when Moz is saying Black-Eyed Susan, I'm thinking about, a goth in a way. And it seems like this person seems to be some kind of goth with the black eyeliner, I guess the black-eyed, Black-Eyed Susan. I don't think she got the black eyes from, a fight or whatever. And also you're talking about, heavy rings on, that comes to mind as well with, kind of the goth look or whatever, especially back here. And, when you're thinking the time frame, I guess the song was, released in the 90s or made in the 90s, but this, makes me think of the 80s or the 70s, kind of a goth, the goths from then or whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so and it seems like, the way Morrissey is saying this, whether either Morrissey knows this person and he's talking to her, like he knows her, or Morrissey's, channeling somebody else that knows Susan, because it seems like the person talking to Susan here knows her, knows, about her. It's kind of, I guess you would say, tired of Susan's laziness in a way, tired of Susan not giving a shit. How it starts off the song, Black-Eyed Susan, you make us nervous because we're very aware that you do not care. Again, Morrissey here is at his wittiness best. What the hell? He's very good wit-wise here. There you go. Anyway, and Morrissey's wit is always great, but here it was also, very good as well. Talking about here as well, Black-Eyed Susan, what don't you believe in? No is always easier than yes. It seems like Susan just doesn't care at all. Again, Black-Eyed Susan, you must insist you were a born-again atheist. And again, usually you hear born-again Christian, but a born-again atheist here, again, that makes you think, how Susan already seems dark, so there, that line kind of fits. Like I said, oh, heavy rings on, bitten fingers, so it looks like she bites her nails as well. Susan, I guess, just seems like quite the character, a great character to make a song out of. Black-Eyed Susan sometimes shakes to break, so watch it. Black-Eyed Susan, rest and do nothing, because that's the only thing you do quite well. My goodness, all of a sudden I got gas. Yeah. So again, here, rest and do nothing, because that's the only thing you do quite well. And I like that Morrissey doesn't even say that's the only thing you do well, or you do, I don't know, great, or it's just, you do that quite well. Again, it seems like, you don't even do that very great, but you do it quite well, just resting and doing nothing. And then, this part here, when they say, when he says at the end, Black-Eyed Susan, please remember, we were the first, we were the first. That again makes me think of, if you're talking about somebody, the Susan character being some kind of person that was a part of a movement or something, and again, that the person the song is, seen from, is a friend of Susan's, and they were part of something. They were part of, the first members of something. Again, I don't know, again, that's why the comments are there if you want to, say what you think this is about, or if Morrissey has talked about this or whatever. But again, I'm just, some, guy listening to the song for the first time. But yeah, so, all that said, like I'm saying, it seems like this person is telling Susan, please, shake this off or whatever, come back to me, kind of the whole thing of, I don't know if you've gone downhill a little bit or something, we were the first, please remember we were the first. Now you just rest and do nothing. You don't even do that really well, I guess. It's just, it seems like she's this person is tired of Susan's shit, I guess, basically, and wants the old Susan back in a way or something. That's what comes to my head. But yeah, so but again, I really enjoyed the whole track. I mean, my God, like I said, I don't know why Ask came to mind. I love the breakdown, and how it kicks right back into the song there. Like the breakdown never happened or something. Just like I said, it's like, did that really just happen? But yeah, from the get-go, with, like I said, I think it's Woody probably doing what, the crashes and stuff at the start, and then we kick it right in, and it was kind of like a folky tune as well. Maybe that's why Ass comes to mind again. I keep talking about that song, but my God. But yeah, kind of a folksy tune, and yeah, I just, for another time here, I guess it was supposed to be a B-side, and then again, from what I see here, got kind of lost in the shuffle, and finally saw the light of day when he released the song Sunny, and I guess, the song came out around that same time as well. Again, that's all, that's what I'm seeing here, from, this, friggin' Passions Just Like Mine. My goodness, I can't even talk. But like I say, that site is very good. I always like the site, and it always gives some good information. But yeah, that's what I see. It remained in the EMI vaults until the end of 1995, when the label put together the Sunny single, comprising songs which had been left aside, such as this one. And again, God dang, how many songs did Morrissey have that were just left aside that, maybe we'll never hear, again, from this time, from the 90s, the 80s, whatever, 2000s, whatever it is. Because again, even, a song like this, I love everything about it. Again, it's that psychedelic feel, the folky feel, the friggin' Who's Susan, Black Eyed Susan here, very captivating. And it almost never saw the light of day. So it's always just very, enticing and everything. So yeah, my God. So anyway, I think that, I guess I went over it enough. I mean, what else do I really need to say? Yeah, again, how, the song starts off there, we have the breakdown, then, it's kind of the repetition at the end there again with Black Eyed Susan, Rest and Do Nothing. It's the only thing you do quite well, because it seems like this person is hammering home to Susan that, like, you've gone to shit in a way. Please remember we were the first, and please remember that you are important, and come back to me in a way, something like that comes to mind. So yeah, I guess, like I said, if you want to comment down below, what you think about Susan or anything, I mean, my God, suggestions, whatever you want to say, go ahead. I mean, my God, that's where the comments are there. Anyway, I guess that's all I got to really say. Again, there's not too many lyrics here, but there's like that 2-minute break in between, so it's just like, that took up some time, and, like I said, again, especially with headphones on, that was very, very spooky and kind of odd, and but I liked it either way. So anyway, because I like that kind of shit, I guess. Anyway, and again, with the Doors being one of my favorite bands, that's really who came to mind, some kind of psychedelic feel. Anyway, I'm talking a lot. I guess that's all I'm gonna say. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support. This really captivated me again, and like I said, I don't know if there's been a Moz song like this that's, captivated me like this in a while. And like I said, so much came to my head that I had to, freaking spill here. And yeah, hopefully y'all understood. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Always coming back for Morrissey Friday, and for whatever, watching my other videos, whatever it is. Thank you very much. It's well appreciated. And I will talk to you guys again soon.